Hey, my beautiful people. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It is Saturday. What is the date? Saturday, June 10th, and it is 11:03 in the morning. And I know I owe y'all a podcast, and I've been kind of slacking here and there, but I've been struggling with some depression and anxiety, being all over the place, and my bipolar being a little off whack. But I'm here. It's just I get tired of creating serious content all the time. Like, I understand that I'm trying to advocate for mental illness and trying to show people what it's like to live with mental illness and, you know, get rid of a lot of the stigma that it's bad to have mental illness and things like that. But you do get tired of the seriousness of your own situation and the seriousness of your own life. Like, it does become a toll on you too, because it's like, yeah, I'm using it as motivation to other people, but I still gotta live through it. I still have to deal with it on a daily basis. Like, it's just tiring and overwhelming, and you get tired of always everything being so serious. Sometimes you want to smile, you want to laugh, you want to joke, you want to enjoy the moment, but everything is always so serious, which makes it hard for you to do. But anyways, how are you guys doing? What has been going well for you guys in the last 7 days? I can tell you guys what's been going well for me in the last 7 days, and I hope I don't offend anybody with how I say this. I'm not trying to say this in a messed up way, but my son's school had a field trip, and my son didn't want to go. It was a pool party, and he didn't want to go, and I was like, Booger, why not? But then I just left it alone. He just said he didn't want to go, so I don't pressure him to do what he doesn't want to do. I always feel he has his valid reasons, and I'm going to respect them whether I know what they are or not. So I didn't send him, and then he gets a call that afternoon from one of his friends to let him know that they lost a schoolmate, that he ended up drowning in the pool, one of the high schoolers, because my son is in middle school, but his school goes from elementary to high school. It's a small school. It's a alternative school. And I give thanks to God that my baby is here. That he didn't want to go to that pool party, that he wasn't there, because for so many different reasons. With his autism, it would have traumatized him to see his friend drown. And that would have been a path that would have been very difficult for us to deal with him with his ODD and his autism and his ADHD. He would have had a hard time. He is struggling with it now. Like, when his friend called and told him he was sad that night, the next day they had no school because they closed school down due to the drowning. And the next day they had off. He was fine. He played with his friends and all that. But then when Friday morning came, when Wednesday morning came, was it Thursday morning? When Thursday morning came and it was time to go to school, he was like, Ma, did the school call? I'm like, no, Booker, they would have called last night to tell me that there was no school. So since they didn't call last night, you have school. I didn't want to ask no questions because I didn't want to open Pandora's box. I don't know how his feelings or emotions are. So when it comes to Delano, I tread very carefully because he is an enclosed person. Like, he keeps everything to himself, and you may think that you're not affecting him in a negative way, but you are. It's just other signs that he gives to let you know, but they're not clear unless you understand him and his ways. So I didn't ask any questions. We waited for the bus. He went to school. When he came home, he banged on that door hard. He was like, I'm sorry, but I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad. And I knew it hit him. It finally hit him. It hit him. His friend is no longer here. He's not going to see him on the bus anymore. He's not going to be able to talk to him in the morning, on a bus ride to school, in the afternoon, on the bus ride back home. Like, there's no longer seeing this friend. And then he came in and he was extremely angry because one of the classmates had lied on one of his friends, saying that what he told the news station wasn't true. That's not really what happened that day at the pool. So he's got the wrong story out here, making it seem like, it was one way when it was another way. And he was like, I wish I was there. I wish I would have went. I wish I would have went. I would have saved him. I'm like, Delano, sweetheart, you don't know how to swim, remember? You're not a strong swimmer. If you would have tried to jump into the pool behind him, you would have probably drowned along with him. And I wouldn't have my son right now. And I'm not trying to sound harsh or mean, but I'm giving thanks for the fact that I do have my son. I'm giving thanks for the fact that you're safe and you're sound. And, he was like, I don't care. I would have done everything to save him. I would have done anything to save him. And I knew he had to let it out. Like, I knew he wasn't thinking rationally, but he had to let his emotions and feelings out, and he was willing to share it with us. So we all stayed real quiet. I held him. I let him cry. And I just let him pour out everything he needed to pour out. Then after, it wasn't a long thing, because like I said, Delano's a very private person. So it wasn't a long, haul out crying or anything like that. It was a good 2 or 3 minutes. And that was it. And then he was like, okay, I'm okay now. He was like, thank you. And we were all like, we're here for you. We love you. We care about you. We're happy you're okay. We're sorry for your loss. We embraced him just to let him know you're not alone. We may have our arguments and our fights and our disagreements, and y'all may beef and all this stuff, but your family's always going to be there for you, and we're always going to have your back. Always, no matter what. And I felt for him, I felt for him. Because as a boy, I messed up. I messed up with my son, y'all. I did. I messed up with my son. I wish I would have known he had autism sooner. I used to tell my son, because I would get tired of hearing his dad complaining about his whining and his crying. To me, he was just being a kid, so it didn't bother me. But to his dad, he's a boy. His dad is Jamaican from the island. He's a boy. That's all that sissy man stuff. I'm like, he's just a kid. Let him be a kid. He's just learning life. Let him learn life. Let him experience. And then I didn't like the fact that he would yell at him about it. So then I always would tell him, Delano, if you're not hurt, there should be no reason for you to be crying. If you don't have a broken limb, if you're not bleeding, I would break down the different scenarios that it was okay to whine or cry, because I was trying to get him to diminish it. But now I feel like I messed my son up, because now he doesn't speak. He doesn't talk his emotions. And I feel like if I would have known his autism piece sooner, I would have handled his emotions completely different than the way that I did handle it. I would have definitely been more receptive and more open to having him communicate it, because now it's so hard to get him to communicate. It is so hard to get him to open up, right, Biba? It is so hard to get him to talk, just talk in general. For example, he's going to be doing the ABA therapy. They're going to be coming once a week for 4 hours. So from 8 to 12, one day out of the week, they'll be working with him intensively. He has to talk to this person. He has to communicate. He has to let the ODD not get triggered. I also put him in therapy, because between the ABA and the therapy, I'm hoping he'll get everything that he needs to get him into a good emotional state where he can feel comfortable with expressing his feelings and emotions without it sounding like whining or sissy or whatever his donor used to complain about, which we have no contact with him anymore. So I'm not doing it for him. I'm doing it because I don't want my son to have any problems with anybody when he gets older. I don't want it to be that people don't understand him because of that and think that he's a punk and they can try to punk him, and my son will black out and I don't need him going to jail for nobody. So I'm trying to prepare him the best way that I can. I'm trying to give him all the tools that I can give him so that he can have a successful future. He wants to be a gamer. He wants to create video games. And his therapist that we just met yesterday was like, that's actually a good field, Delano. He was like, because autistic people make the best games. The way that you guys see things is so differently. And he was like, my niece, she's autistic. She's 19 and she works as a video programmer. Or I forgot what it was. Something like that. And he's like, autistic people are very, very smart, very, very bright. He was like, you'd have a bright future. And that was like, see, Mom, you should let me game. Boy, I don't got no problem with you gaming. I got a problem when it becomes your life. Like, we ask you to do something, it's a fight. Oh, look at the little ones come in. Hi. You hiding? But sorry I had to say hi to the little ones. They're so cute. It's these 3 little siblings and they're just so adorable. But yeah, so I'm trying to give him a better future. I failed him, and that all falls on me. As his mother, that falls on me. And I know I failed my son in that aspect, so I can't leave him out in this world failed. I gotta find a way to have him triumph. And my way of doing that is trying to give him all the tools that he can use so that moving forward he has no bullying over this or no complications with other people. Because the only reason why a lot of the bullying has stopped was because he stopped expressing his feelings and emotions and stopped doing the crying or the tantrum, so he just started bottling everything in. He started bottling everything in, and that's not healthy. That's a walking time bomb. If you want to be honest, that's a walking time bomb. That's a recipe for disaster. But I gotta give him the best tools that I can, and I gotta try to prepare him as best as I can. If nobody else is gonna look out for him, I have to. That's my job. Like, I gotta make sure my baby is straight. Gotta make sure my baby is straight. So, it was a sad story. Sorry for the sad story, but the reason why I put it in my what went well for me in the last 7 days is because I physically still have my son. I wasn't the parent that had to lose my child to drowning, and my condolences go out to the family. My condolences go out to my son and his friends, and hopefully they'll be able to carry this loss without it affecting them negatively, tremendously. But yeah, so compared to my what went well in the last 7 days, what's been going well with you guys? Anything comes to mind? I would love to hear what's been going good for you guys on a serious note. Like, y'all can hit me up, DM me. Send me an email, Lynette@coachingwithlynetteH.com. And I don't mind, I'll read it on my podcast. I'll talk about it. Like, I ain't got no problem, because I would love to know how you guys are succeeding in life. How you're winning. And I would love to see you appreciate appreciate those wins. Sorry for coughing in your ear. My apologies.
Oh, it's supposed to be 80 degrees today and 83 tomorrow.
80 degrees.
And 83 tomorrow.
And 83 tomorrow. Wow.
But unfortunately for me, there's, I think, a lightness on tomorrow.
Oh. Alright, well. That means asthma pumps gonna have to be on hand.
You gotta check the ones in the
You hear me?
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Because I don't need you accidentally falling. Oh, no, girl. After you fell. I'm not letting that shit. That's not ever leaving my brain. No. We're going to prevent everything that we can prevent. At all costs.
Okay, I get it.
Okay. Anyways, you guys, enough of our bickering back and forth. What's been going well? Back to our convo. What else has been going well for me? I got invited with another coach. Another coach hit me up about a training that's a 7-week free training course. And she needs a partner, and she hit me up asking me if I want to partner up with her. She knows my financial situation, so that's why she was like, the course is free. And I feel blessed that she thought about me, because I'm still waiting for her to send me the link so I can look through it to see if it's something I can resonate with. But what she's told me so far, it sounds like it's something I could definitely use to help me to get further training. And I'm thinking about definitely doing it, because then I can work with her and do the program with somebody that I know and feel comfortable with. That's another thing that's been going well for me in the last 7 days. But what have y'all been up to? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up?
Morning.
But no, but seriously, what's been going good? Like, come on, tell me. I want to know. Y'all can send me in the messages and stuff. I'll definitely would interact with them. I would definitely appreciate them. Like, it keeps me motivated. It helps motivate me. So if you guys want to do something to help me out, y'all can motivate me by sending me y'all stories. Send me your stories. Let me know how it's been. Let me know how's it going. Let me know what type of inspiration you're looking for. What do you need motivation with? Allow me to be there for you, just like I'm asking for y'all to be there for me. You know, mutual thing. It takes a village, right? It takes a community. It takes loved ones. It takes friends. It takes people we trust and feel comfortable with. And that's what I'm trying to build, and that's what I'm trying to grow. That is the whole point of my platform. I don't want to feel alone anymore. I don't want to be alone anymore. I want to have a nice community that if I feel overwhelmed, I know I can pour my heart out to that community, and I'm going to get nothing but love and support and encouragement in return. That's what I need. That's what I'm trying to grow. Who's trying to grow that with me? Who's trying to be on that boat with me? Who's trying to be there with me? Because I know what it's like trying to explain to people things and they misunderstand it, and then you have to explain other things that you feel are common sense, but they're common sense because you have certain things that make you see things differently. And it's not common sense to someone else, but it may be common sense to those who are like you. And it's always nice to find people that are like us so that we don't feel isolated, so that we don't feel different. And me personally, when I find somebody that's worse off than me, it makes me appreciate where I'm at. And it makes me appreciate what I'm doing. And it makes me appreciate how far I've come. Because I realize I could have been that person. Especially if I continue to live in denial, I could have been that person. That person could have been me. And I would be worse off now than I am at the moment. So it can always be worse, but it's not. I hope this resonates with somebody, and I hope that it helps you change your point of view on certain things. Like, but I don't know, y'all. I was originally gonna come on here and talk about self-care. Then I got into answering the question about the last 7 days, got into my son's story. And yeah, forgot all about self-care. But let's do a mental health check-in. Forget about self-care. We're gonna do a mental health check-in. How have you been holding up? What's been weighing down on your shoulders heavy? What's been having you lose sleep or be anxious or frustrated or stressed or overwhelmed? How are you holding up? And don't say fine and I'm okay. And we all know ain't no fine, ain't no I'm okay. We know that's the famous way to just tell people I don't want to talk to you. I'm not telling you. I'm fine. I'll just give you the shortest, simplest answer so that you can leave me alone because I'm not giving you my business or I'm not letting you in. We all know that I'm fine and I'm okay. Ain't the legit answer. So be honest with yourself while you're doing this mental health check-in. Genuinely ask yourself honestly, how are you holding up? How are you showing up mentally? How are you showing up mentally? Well, it isn't going to be a long episode today just because I put myself in a different mind frame than what I was when I first originally started to talk. I really was going to do self-care. But I just, I don't know. I don't know why the story became more important and I had to share it with you guys. I guess it bothered me more than I thought it did. I didn't realize it did. I didn't realize, I guess until I started talking to y'all. That's probably when I noticed. Because, yeah. Which just changed the whole mood of what I was about to say. Like, I couldn't then talk about self-care. It just didn't make any sense. It ain't add up. But, yeah. I hope y'all holding up good for real. And if y'all not, send in them messages, send in them DMs. Let's talk. Let's talk it out, man. I got a good listening ear. I really do. I have a good listening ear. You tell me all you need is someone to listen. I will keep my mouth shut. I will give you both my ears, and I will just listen to what you got to say and hear everything out and keep anything I have to say to myself. Unless you ask for my opinion or unless you ask for my input, I wouldn't have anything to say. I have a very good listening ear. Take me up on my offer. I'm good at this. Not just because I'm a life coach, but because I've always been good at this. Like, I've always been told I should have went to school to be a therapist. I'd have been a good therapist. I thought about changing my profession. before I became a life coach, because I was studying to become an early childhood teacher. And because I always wanted to be a teacher like my grandmother. But life has a funny way of changing your game plan when you least expect it. But I don't know why I'm telling y'all all of this. But anyways, I have a good listening ear. If y'all need a chit chat, y'all can send me a message. Or y'all can go on my website and book a free virtual session with me. It's coachingwithlynetteH.com. Book a free virtual session with me, and then we can chit-chat. Send me an email, lynette@coachingwithlynetteH.com. And, yeah, I would love to know what's up and what's going on. You know, I would love to be able to be there and support you in any way that I can. There should be no reason why you should have to go through anything alone, especially when there's people that are willing to support you and be by your side. But I hope that you guys have a beautiful weekend. Make sure that you do pour back into yourself. Make sure that you practice some self-care on a daily basis. And if you can't do it daily, try to do it at least 2 or 3 times a week. You can't keep running on an empty tank. It's just going to drain you out mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. You're going to be exhausted all across the board. And there's no point in being that way, especially when it's avoidable. Alright, make sure y'all stay blessed. And please follow my YouTube channel, Parenting with Mental Illness -Lynette. I'm trying to get my account monetized. I need at least 1,000 subscribers. We're at 448, I think it is. I need 4,000 watch hours. We're at 1,389 watch hours. So I'm trying to get it monetized. I'd appreciate if you guys can, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, comment, like, share. I really, 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 really would appreciate it. Thank you so much. I need all the support I can get. We gotta get this channel, growing. We gotta get our story out there. You never know who may need that support, who may need that help. You never know who, by watching our life story, our family story, our struggles, our trials and tribulations, could benefit and be able to handle their own trials and tribulations. Gotta help me, you guys, get my message across, get my support across, get me across, get my kids across. It's hard enough to be a parent. Parenting is not the easiest job at all. It isn't. And especially when you don't get paid in cash, you get paid in blessings and in love and interaction and stuff like that. But it's not an easy job. But then parenting with mental illness, it makes it 10 times harder. Then you throw in kids who have autism, and not just autism, but also have mental illness. Boom, that's a whole another monkey wrench within itself. Because now I'm not only responsible with making sure that my mental health is okay and my mental health is doing good, I'm also responsible with making sure that my 2 children's mental health is okay and their mental health is being good. Good morning. And you too, and their mental health is being good as well. Then I have an atypical, about to be kindergartner. I was going to say preschooler, but she's about to be a kindergartner. Atypical kindergartner. And my 2 older children are the ones with a disability. So I've never technically raised on my, a child of mine that is atypical. So this will be my first time, and I'm am I doing this right? Because I'm used to dealing with these type of scenarios, these type of situations, not these that I'm dealing with. I got to make sure that I'm taking care of her mental health, make sure that I'm not triggering anything in her or causing anything to come out in her that shouldn't come out. Because I do know that my conditions are genetic, you know. You came out all happy. Good at you. Because I know what it's like. What? See, that's it. Yup.
I got you.
Okie dokie smoky. But sorry y'all, he just sidetracked me. He really did sidetrack me. This is the only problem about being outside when I'm recording. If I stay in the room, I'll get sidetracked by the kids. I'll get sidetracked by everything that's going on around me. This is why ADHD sucks. If I'm outside, I'll get sidetracked by everybody else that's around me and what's going on around me. And then I'll lose like the topic. Good morning. Then I'll lose the topic and forget completely what I'm saying. Like, and then it'll be like, well, I know there was a point that I was trying to make, but what was the point again? Or what is the point again? Like, yeah. But because we live in an extended stay, we're all in one room. So I don't have my own personal space where I can go and do my content at. So if you don't know some of my backstory, I apologize for just jumping in, because I automatically just assume that everybody already knows like our story, and I'm always so vocal about it, and it's on the YouTube channel as well. So I just always assume that people already know it, and then I just hop on and just get into life and get into all these other things. Hi, my name is Lynette, and I have mental illness. I have bipolar, PTSD, chronic pain, OCD, ADHD, depression, severe anxiety. I think that's it. Oh, and I'm in a wheelchair. It'll be 2 years on Father's Day. So, and I'm raising 2 high-functioning autistic adolescents with mental illness as well. Oh, I'm suicidal, homicidal. And my 2 children that have the mental illness and are high-functioning autistic are also suicidal, homicidal. And then I have the atypical about to be kindergartner. She just turned 5 last month. And she has, as of yet, knock on wood, nothing going on. She's just my atypical, normal, regular, hey, mommy, daddy, love you, nothing there, nothing at all. And we're working on keeping it that way, because like I know that what I have is genetic, and they say that if you have a traumatic experience, that can cause for it to be triggered. So I've tried to do my best in these last 5 years to protect her and make sure that there is no traumatic experience to her, so that she wouldn't have the possibility of any of these conditions triggering. So anyways, I just pretty much talk about my trials and my tribulations and what we go through as a family, what I go through individually as a person. And I'm also a life coach for parents, so I do talk a lot about that. I do have openings if anybody's interested. That's why I always be giving out my information as well, because you never know who can benefit from it or who might need it. But I got sidetracked again. But yeah, I just need help with growing my channel. Sorry, you guys. This is why being outside is not cool. Lordy, lordy, lordy. I got sidetracked again. But anyways, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm already rambling too much. But thank you so much for listening. If you guys wouldn't mind just supporting, definitely would appreciate it. We could definitely use all the support we can get and as many prayers as possible. We do live in an extended stay. Like, we're just trying to get on our feet and trying to make it work. But ever since I've ended up in a wheelchair, it's been one struggle after another. And sometimes I just don't know how much more I can take. Sometimes I just don't know how much more I can handle, And I feel like I get to my breaking point, or I'm getting to my breaking point, and I can't afford to break, because who's going to be with my kids if I have to go to the hospital? Who's going to stay with them? Who's going to watch my suicidal daughter for me? Like, I watch her when I know what's going on. If they don't know her well, they're not going to know what's running through her mind like I do. I can't let anything happen. My kids are my priority, so I got to make sure that I'm good. I gotta make sure I'm good. I gotta be here for them. I gotta support them. I gotta help them mature and grow and be ready for the day that I'm not here. My job is not done yet. I gotta make sure my kids are straight and situated. So I gotta do everything that I can do to make sure that I am straight and situated. And creating this content, having my platforms, knowing I got a voice and somebody's listening to it and somebody hears it and somebody understands it is a dope thing. It's a real, real dope thing.
I'm tired of shit, man. Been out there fucking with them full of trucks all morning.
What? Yeah.
Okay.
What's up with?
No, I'm doing my podcast.
So we fucking up.
Correct.
Background noise.
Correct.
This bitch said correct. She is outside. We was regular people.
I was still stopped from talking. I can't pause though, but the whole conversation stays up there. I was still stop from talking though, only because it'll sidetrack what I was trying to say. Then I don't remember.
So she telling us.
I can always wheel off. I got the wheels. Y'all got the feet.
Right. You know what?
I am on D4. Sorry, you guys. See, I told you I be trying to stay on task. I be trying, but people don't let me. They don't let me stay on task. They don't. I be trying. It just don't be working like that. I swear I do. I be trying for real. But, when you got ADHD and then you bipolar and depression and all these other things, anxiety, like, yeah, like, focus and all that becomes the back burner. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It just, like, it no longer is a priority, I guess. But then it is. Okay, so I'm weird. Like, when I'm creating my content, my focus should be on my content, correct? My focus should be on what I'm doing, correct? No, my focus is on everything that's going on around me, right? And I think it's because I don't know how deep I plan to talk. And even though I'm telling complete strangers my story, and I don't know you guys from Adam, is different than complete strangers standing around me listening to my story. Like, I don't like that. To me, that's like being nosy, and I don't like that. I really don't. I don't like it. So I try to just be in an area where I'm by myself so that I can have the least background noise as possible, but still be able to focus so that I can accomplish my goals of, getting my content created and out there. And then I got to come outside to do that because we're always in one room. If the kids are asleep, I got to talk real low because I don't want to interrupt them. Which means if I want to get excited about a topic, I can't, or if there's some emotions that I want to let go of, I feel like I'm not going to be able to do so because I don't want them to see me crying, and then I don't want to talk about that topic because it's going to put me in my feelings, and then it's going to cause a possibility of, me having an emotional meltdown, one that I don't want them to be a part of. So, sorry, somebody's yelling in the other parking lot. They're arguing, and it's throwing me off so bad. See what I mean? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm gonna let y'all go. But thank you so much for supporting, and we'd appreciate all the love we can get. Check me out, Parenting with Mental Illness _ Lynette on YouTube. TikTok, Parenting W Mental Illness. Instagram, Parenting with Mental Illness. Facebook, Parenting with Mental Illness. Or Coach Lynette. Or the Facebook group Coaching with Lynette H. Or if you just get to my YouTube channel just to make life easier for you, my link tree is up there with all of my other social medias. If you guys want to support, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's the best way I can show as much love. All right, be blessed, you guys, and make sure to remember to always, always, always be kind to yourself, okay? People beat us up enough. We don't need to add on to what they do. All right, be blessed, y'all.